for booking on your first Tasty Talks bite-size experience. The purpose of this video is to put you in the right mindset for your workshop, as well as to cover some administrative details that will help you prepare for the day. Let's cover the administrative details first. Doors will open 20 minutes prior to the beginning of the workshop. Please sign the register and then pick up your name badge. Also check for any personal messages or documents that might be waiting for you. Coffee and tea will be available, and you're kindly asked to finish these prior to the beginning of the workshop, as no refreshments can be brought to your seat. This is because during the practice sessions of the workshop, you will be moving chairs frequently in order to work in pairs or small groups. You'll hear this tone 2 minutes before the workshop begins. Please take your seat at this time. On your seat, you will find a clipboard with the day's recipe. The sessions will run in the following format. There will be a 5-minute introduction, followed by a 20-minute leader input session. This is where the main points and explanation of your recipe for the day will be covered. Tones will sound at 2 minutes and at 1 minute as this session draws to a close. Then it's over to you. You will have 10 minutes to use the recipe as a guide for preparing your personal business message. A tone will sound at 1 minute remaining. Next comes the opportunity for you to watch your leader work with several individuals in the group and see how they adapted the recipe. These demonstrations will take approximately 20 minutes and are a great way to see how different people can add their own flavor to the same recipe. Taking what you've learned from the leader input and the demonstrations, you will be given an additional 5 minutes to revise your recipe before putting it into practice in a 40-minute practical session. During this session, you will work in pairs or small groups, practicing your message, giving and receiving feedback. Depending on the recipe, you may be asked to change partners or groups several times in the 40 minutes. This is to allow you to get the maximum amount of exposure and feedback on your message. Again, tones will sound to indicate when this session is concluding. There will be a 10-minute feedback of the main learning points from the entire group following the practical session. Then there will be a brief preview of upcoming workshops, and finally the close that will end your bite-size experience. Please leave the clipboard and name badges behind at the end of the session for use next time. The recipe, of course, is now your own. Within the workshops, we use accelerated learning techniques. Accelerated learning allows you to learn more in a shorter period of time and makes it last so that you will remember it and have fun at the same time. There are 3 key elements to creating a permanent change, to developing real permanent skills. Those 3 elements are high impact, high frequency, and ongoing personal support. Within the workshops, the first key element, high impact, comes from your participation. So your workshop leader will be asking you a lot of questions. High impact also comes from being multisensory. And what that means is using as many of the senses that you have available to you in order to help you learn. We all learn in different ways, and so your Tasty Talks bite-sized workshops will engage as many of the senses as possible to help you with your learning experience. The second element of high frequency comes in the workshop itself. First, your workshop leader will give you some input and some information on the topic you'll be covering. You will then see demonstrations from other members or possibly yourself. And finally, you will have a full 40 minutes to put the new technique into practice on several occasions before you actually finish your workshop. Finally, the third key element is ongoing personal support. You will get support from the other workshop members telling you what you're doing well and telling you what you still need to continue to work on. You will get ongoing personal support from the information that is available on the website. You will have the videos so that you can review the workshops as often as you like. Plus, you will have more detailed printable materials if you prefer to have the information in that way. And finally, you will get personal support by getting a one-on-one coaching session focusing on your individual needs and the areas that you want to work on to improve. But even more than those three key elements, the most important thing that I guarantee will make a difference in creating permanent change and gaining permanent skills that you can carry forth in your life is your mindset as you walk into the room. If you come in with an open mind, believing anything is possible, then you will go far.
Remember, we learn best in small snacks rather than huge banquets. So keep it bite-size.